best wrestling podcast in the world. Fact. The robe-wearing, original Pete, the believing, power of positivity, keeping it Rollins, the summit. Fact. The homicidal, the genocidal, the ECW loving, daring young creeping, Mr. No Days Off, Scott. Fact. The biscuit and gravy eating, Naomi loving, lunatic craving, the melting pot, JP, and you can bank on that. Fact. The Bailey hugging, the interrupting, the Jaeger drinking, mouth of the Carolinas, Lil Steven. Fact.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
I miss you, Darren Young. Little Steven, Darren Young, in a evening gown match with Pat Patterson. Little Steven gets a little French Canadian in him. Jeff Hardy's going to face Jay Leno in a steel chairs match. People are just jealous because I got skills.
Here's my issue. Is it worse to get beat by one midget or three? Little Steven in a beer drinking contest with Naomi. I have this big issue with people. I don't want to sound like an idiot.
Just kept it Rollins. Jimmy Hart, Triple H, X-Pac against Lil Steven in a microphone on a pole match. Anything can happen. It's lightweight. If you don't want it, then don't bark it.
We're three-man band. That's horrible. I don't want to make you look bad.
You're fired, sir. When you want to hear me mess up, they're in Radioland. When you want to hear me not mess up, I did not know that. Wow. Wrestling with attitude. When you want your beer, awesome.
Welcome to Wrestling with Attitude, of course, on Stitcher, iTunes, and Spreaker.com. Well, you're enjoying that drink, aren't you?
It's really good.
Get mine out. All right. Yep.
Yep.
You guys are, yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome to the show anyway.
All right. I'm going to ask the questions on everyone's mind.
Well, before you do, let me go around the table. Of course, I am. Yes, we got a new DDP picture, autograph. Had to get it out of the closet or wherever it was. Of course, I am the Summit of Wrestling. Joining me again once a day is Lil Steven, Mouth of the South.
Whoa.
Mouth of the Carolinas. Sorry, Mouth of the
Copyrights.
Carolinas. Yes, Ronda Rousey, WrestleMania 32.
Don't wanna
and
get
then, besides Lil Steven, who you want to introduce our host, our guest?
Yes, he is the Messiah. Zevariah.
Better known as Z Money.
Z Money.
That's right.
I
That's
feel
his,
like if you were a boxer, that would be your thing.
that's his ring name. Z
The
Money.
Messiah. Zevariah.
Anyway.
Is my mic on?
Yes, your mic's on.
Hello.
You just don't know how to
Hello.
speak.
It's been a while since you used it. I understand.
Hello.
No, it's turned up.
No, he wasn't.
I'll be the judge of that. Okay. I want my creepers. Don't worry. JP will be here later.
Half the creepers will be here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Half the creepers will be here. In case you don't know, they have a stable going to creepers, even though Little Steven's the king of that.
Nah.
Barely.
I've been demoted.
Yeah. So anyway, we got a great show today. What?
You look like you just woke up. Like you don't know where the heck you are.
And don't forget, we got all our Periscopians out there watching the show today. Don't forget, the winner of today's show can be Periscopian of the Week.
Yeah. So
Mr. Canlight's got his belt in the center of the table. So as we do the show, Z Money gets to help decide who wins Periscopian of the Week.
All right. How do I do that?
Ever who comes up with the best one-liners, the best show. What?
Little Steven is the Paul Ellering of the creepers. I kind of am. I don't have a newspaper though, so I can't be the Paul Ellering of the
Best insults, best, of the day overall. Mr. Canlight's last week's Periscopian of the Week. He's a two-time champion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I expect good things out of him then.
So, hopefully Sean will be here today. Anybody else that's listening, when we talk about wrestling, your best insult, jokes, whatever you got for wrestling, let us know.
fact.
Yeah, there you go, fact. Or if you just don't like Little Steven, I understand. We all don't.
Yeah, if you insult Little Steven, that would be good for me.
Right, yeah, it's good for me.
Who's going to tell Sean he was stripped of the title?
Well, if he doesn't show up, there's no compete clause.
Yeah, there's a no compete clause.
So, he's done for a month, I think.
Back of the line, buddy.
Yeah, he's got to
Back
start
of the
over again. Just like Ken Shamrock start over again. No, I'm just kidding. We got a great show today, so let's go first into SoundOff. That's our weekly top 5 of the week.
UWA's Sound Off, where your voice can be heard.
Sound off, let 'em know how you feel. If the anger inside is real, sound off.
This week's top 5. What?
I'm just trying to understand what's going on.
I have
that's
to
all.
turn the mics off because they can hear it. If it's so, I'm trying to,
Science.
They tell me they usually can't hear it when I'm doing it. So, this week's top 5 is pro athletes that turned to wrestling, that wrestled more than 2 years, or at least 2 years. Not Kevin Green. Hey, how are you? Wrestle Lounge. Say
Wrestle
hey.
Lounge. Yep.
Say, hey, what's going on? Follow us on WWA Show as well on Twitter. This week, so top 5 is pro athletes turned wrestlers that wrestle more than 2 years. Top 5. So,
All right.
You want to start?
Yeah, why not? I'm going to go with Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to go with him first. I was looking up pictures and stuff, and how he looked as a
course you did.
football player was hilarious. And then he became this guy with a 2x4 and just, all the time. So I think he did pretty good for himself. We interview pro wrestling soap stars, celebrities. Oh, cool. Awesome.
All right, we'll have to follow that.
Yeah,
We'll
we
have to watch
will.
that
Hey, if you want to join in, we're doing a top 5 right now. Top 5 pro athletes that became wrestlers. So if you have any, let us know.
song. He said he interviews soap stars.
Yeah, man.
Really?
I'd be all right with that. I could do that for a living.
I could too.
As long as they don't cry. God, like I hate
Dramatic
soap
scenes.
stars. Yeah.
So,
Except Spanish ones are cool. Like,
all right, are we ready for my number 5?
oh, he's got one, right?
Oh,
Z, you
yeah.
got one? Do you got one?
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know if you had one.
Yeah, sure. Muhammad Ali. Let's see. Just off the top of my head.
Wow, way to put him on the spot. No, if you want to say you got one, it's fine. If not, it's good.
That was mine.
Okay. Number 5 for me is Bill Goldberg.
Whoa!
What?
At number 5?
Yep.
Who do you think you are? No.
Easy. Hey, JoJo's here. What's going on, JoJo?
All right.
JoJo Bear.
So
Or Periscopians.
Yeah, what country?
Huh?
Are they, like, where?
Mr. Canlight's UK, JoJo,
cool.
yeah. So, all over the place, man. So, have interviewed Ian McCann. Okay, awesome. That is awesome. Kurt Angle. That's a good one. Mr. Canlight's
Yeah,
Kurt Angle.
that's a good one.
Who you got number 4 there, little Steven?
I'm gonna go with Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. So, who didn't really? Even though he was like a 12th round draft pick, but in the NFL. But come on, who can forget Paul Orndorff and WrestleMania and everything? I mean, he made.
What did he do before?
Well, no, he was a 12th round pick in NFL for who did they say?
Did he play?
Yeah.
Okay.
He played 1973 NFL draft by the New Orleans Saints, but didn't stick around the NFL for long. But he was there for at least a season, apparently. So that counts.
Mr. Canlight said Mitch.
Mitch was a hell of a football player.
Vader.
Vader.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
He's later on my list.
Do you think any of these guys were embarrassed to tell their family and stuff that they got cut from the biggest sport in the world, the NFL, and then they went to wrestling? Probably made more money in wrestling, but now they're like a character. They're not really them. I mean, I guess
I want to say
They're
no.
an extension of themselves.
I want to say no only because the ones that were huge football players that made it big, like The Rock and other people that we'll probably talk about, is that most of their family was in wrestling.
That's true.
That's the thing that I've noticed, though. A lot of these have ties to
Most
wrestling.
of them, yeah. Most of them have.
Yeah.
But there's, like who was I reading earlier? God, was it Vader? There was one of the guys I was reading earlier or a couple weeks ago. They actually made more money from wrestling than they would have football.
Yeah.
So they gave it up. Now, no, it's still. I mean, you look at that top 10 salaries in WWE.
You got to be a top guy, though. You got to be on top.
Well, no, top 10 is making $1 million and above. Top 10.
Oh, yeah.
So, even guys below that are making $800,000, $900,000 a year. The minimum in NFL is like $400,000
yeah.
for the average player. I think, no, actually 2 to 3.
It was-
Farouk? Yep.
Yeah,
Farouk.
that's a good one. Ron Simmons, man. He's probably, won the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, yeah.
And
He's
then
one of the-
became the first ever.
Well, he's the first African-American champion, so.
Wow, he's like the Jackie Robinson of wrestling.
Oh, my God. Shut up right now.
I think he's serious.
Breaking barriers.
Do you have a number 4? You want me to go ahead and go to mine?
Go ahead.
All right. Number 4 for me.
Phil Mickelson. I don't know. Fuck.
Phil Mickelson. My number 4 is Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil.
Titus
Okay.
O'Neil is my
All
number
right.
4. I want to be a little bit
What do
different.
you play
yours.
for, by the way?
The Gators.
Gators?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rocky Maivia. Dennis Rodman. Who is Dennis Rodman, JoJo?
Is he related to Rodman?
Does he look good in a dress?
JoJo said Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
That's great. Who's your number 3?
I'm going with the loose cannon himself, Brian Pillman.
Shut.
Dude, come on, man. 1984, Cincinnati
I had
Bengals,
him number 3.
man.
Do you know he was a defensive tackle?
Yeah, that guy, what was he? He wasn't even 6 feet, and he was a defensive tackle, but apparently he was one of the best. That's why he was like what?
I'll look it up. I got it. 5'10".
5'10".
Wow.
That's got to be a record. Is that not a record?
Oh, it might not be a record, but 5'10",
For a defensive tackle.
So where do these guys leave either because they get cut or they get injured, right? Does
Some
any
of
leave voluntarily?
Moose is a good one. Most of them leave because they get injured. Yeah. Like, for example, Hacksaw left the football because of his knees.
Yes.
Which he's still wrestling to this day.
Yeah.
40 years later. So
I don't think Brian Pillman got injured. I think.
No, he did.
Did he get
He
injured?
got injured. Most
Okay.
of them got injured.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns just decided it was his family business was wrestling. So
Same thing with The Rock.
Yeah.
No, Rock got injured, right?
Rock got injured.
he
Yeah.
got injured. Yeah.
Because Rock was one of the guys that was trying to make something out of it. But when you can be a bigger star, listen, if you make it big in wrestling, it could lead to movies and other things. And, you especially in today's time, especially with WWE making their own studio, you could be the next Miz.
Do you really want that?
You could be the next Miz. That's scary.
That's real scary.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what Mr. Candlelight just said. I'm catching up on the delay. Ahmed Johnson, yep, he played football. That's a good one.
Yeah.
You got a number 2?
Did you already say yours?
Mine was the same as yours. Mine
Oh, it was? Oh, okay. I'm going to go Dusty.
The guy in the white shirt favors Kevin Owens. You talking about the guy in the black shirt? No, I like Kevin Owens.
Who, me?
No, I thought he said the guy in the white shirt.
I do eat Owens.
Oh, he favors Kevin Owens. You kind of look like Kevin Owens, I guess.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, there you go.
It's not
All
the
right.
first time I've been told that. Now, I'm going to go with Dusty Rhodes. Yes, he was with the Miami Dolphins. He got drafted to the Miami Dolphins before he became a wrestler. Yes.
Yes, he did.
And, it's Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, baby. So, you gotta go with that.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what position he played, because...
D tackle, I believe.
Was he? I feel like a lot of wrestlers are D-tackle.
Well, because most
I
of
feel
them,
like
most
that's-
of them are 6'2", 6'1".
Yeah.
How come they're all football players?
Does the
Yeah,
guy
that's true.
does the guy in JP's throne talk? He's not sure if you talk or not.
Oh.
Yes, Z Money talks.
He
trust
doesn't
me.
talk. He's just a figure of your imagination.
I'm just here for support.
I'm here to support. You're like the band. You're like the band groupie.
Yeah.
It's just,
I'm like the hype guy. Yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
wrestling.
Wrestling in your face.
Can you wear like a big clock and like? Could you?
I'm not an alien from outer space, sir.
Sorry, Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav's a nice guy. Where is it? He did. I'm trying to see exactly. I think he played D tackle. I'm double checking that, but yeah, I think he played. Our number two, my number two, is Big Van Vader.
Okay.
Do you realize how old he is?
Who, Vader? Vader's like 60.
He's 61.
Yeah.
So you remember in the 90s, during the Attitude Era, he was 37, 38,
Yeah.
and he did what he did. He's like the laptop Michael Cole. Oh, that's funny. Mr. Candlelight's on top, man. You're supposed to be insulting Steven, not Z. Really?
Yeah, maybe I have to denounce the Dusty Rhodes. He went to the training camps and got accepted, but he turned it down for pro wrestling.
So that doesn't count.
So it doesn't count.
It
All right.
doesn't count. I was talking about somebody that played,
No, that's fine. I mean,
So-
I can
but it's all right.
do another
Just
number two.
let's move on.
Anyways, my number one, I'm going with Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
What?
Dude,
What?
dude.
That's your number one? You didn't even say The Rock.
Dallas Cowboys, Oakland Raiders. Boom. Enough said.
What about Kevin Nash?
What?
Yeah.
Basketball guy.
What about Big Show?
Just to switch it up.
I'm baby Nash.
Hey, what about Big Show?
Oh, the Big Slow.
Yeah, you never say his name.
I get it. That's funny. I never heard that before.
That's like the most thought out joke. Everyone says it. He's never heard it before.
First timer.
First timer right here, gentlemen. First timer.
All right. So that's your number one. My number one is Ken Shamrock.
Really?
Absolutely.
You didn't even say The Rock.
No, I didn't.
Boom.
Because I figured you would.
I'll say it.
Ken Shamrock.
The Rock.
Listen, Ken Shamrock, all right, went from UFC
Little
to
Steven, when he wore the Cobra and the elbow pad, such a great athlete. Thank you. Thank you for seeing my athletic personality over here.
that was your athletic
Boom.
personality. Oh,
You sit in that chair so well.
Thank you.
Top of the class.
top of the class.
Top of the class sitter. Best sitter ever.
So, but Ken Shamrock went from UFC champion to WWE, and I will say he deserved to win the WWE title at least a couple of times in WWE.
And he did.
He was that good when he went from one place to the other. He was that good. He should have been the first one to actually win the title. That was from UFC. Mm-hmm. And man, he was awesome UFC back then. Before he left.
I mean,
Yeah, before he got old.
I guess I
He's
would
old
say,
as shit.
one that we didn't really talk about. I mean, we did, but we did was Kurt Angle.
Yeah, definitely Kurt Angle. I figured using. Honestly, I was trying to do names that other people wouldn't.
Three-time gold
because
medalist?
usually you would name all these
Yeah.
generic ones.
Hey, I did good.
Kurt Angle. On the
Thanks,
fly.
Internet.
Hey, you did really well on the fly over there.
You're welcome.
But yeah, Kurt Angle, Bobby Lashley is another one. What?
JBL, I forgot to put that one on there.
JBL. This list could go on and on. I was really trying to find names outside of football and basketball,
It's tough.
and it's a little bit tougher to
Any
do.
golfers out there?
Golfers.
I would
feel like,
love to see a wrestler.
I want a curling.
I just want to wrestle.
I want a curling athlete. I mean, let's have a curling athlete.
So what?
But
he
see,
just
that should
pushes
be-
people. He just pushes people around. That's his whole. That's his thing.
That should be, he should be called the curler in wrestling. The curler.
Let's name. I want some name. There's not a lot of other athletes. UFC is common now, But you think about it, there's not a lot of other, like baseball.
I think
Yeah.
hockey.
Hockey even doesn't.
Yeah, well, maybe the Goon. Does he count?
No, stop it.
No, but like, even if you think about it, even with basketball, though, name a lot of basketball players that are now pro wrestlers that were pro wrestlers. Kevin Nash is really the only one I can think of.
No, well, okay, not pro.
No,
basketball
I'm talking
players.
pro.
Pro basketball player, you think the Big Show, but he was college basketball at Wichita State.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of other ones.
There really isn't that many. I mean, it's mostly football. And I guess just because it's, tackling and...
Tackling, yeah.
Yeah, and I think more probably cardio-wise and everything else, it's probably easier to get into wrestling from football than it is from any other sport. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, the technique has got to be similar.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the reason I think UFC now. You
So,
don't see a
yeah.
lot of people that do MMA stuff into it.
Yeah.
Because it's so much. I mean, it's not as real as that, but it's a lot of technique and stuff
Yeah.
that people can use in wrestling. I'm waiting on a gymnastic to come in. I mean, think about it. You got
Well, we got a
aerial
dancer. We
stuff.
got like Fandango. He's a dancer
yeah,
now.
That's not a ballroom dancer.
We
Stop
got a
it.
ballroom dancer. Is that a sport?
We got no way. We got no way, Jose. But what's your point? No. That's
Well, I don't know what to think about that. But also, did you say Ron Simmons?
no. Mr. Kenlock did.
Okay.
Butterbean.
Ah, what?
Boxing.
Can we count that though?
Yeah.
Because
you
he
can
didn't
count
really
that.
wrestle.
Yeah, but he kicked Johnny Knoxville's ass.
No, not just
That's
that. I mean that turned into a wrestler that wrestled more than once or twice.
I'm surprised Bam Bam Bigelow was not a pro athlete before.
Well, he was always a wrestler.
because he had the body for.
He just looks like a bouncer.
He does. It's probably the tattoo on his head. They
Yeah.
probably wouldn't let him in.
Yeah.
You have a tattoo of flames on your head, sir. You are not allowed in the NFL.
Right. No. But yeah, there's some guys.
You broke a vending machine over someone's head. You were not
You
allowed.
tried to fight Mr. Payne.
So next week we need to figure out top 5 for next week. I haven't. What?
Sorry, I had one more. Mark
Okay.
Henry. Mark Henry. That's actually something different. He wasn't a
Weightlifter.
He was a weightlifter, which
That's a sport.
yeah. And what was he like? Was he a one time?
He was Olympic champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he was a one time though, right? Because I
Any,
know he's there like a
96,
few.
96.
Any bodybuilders in wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's bodybuilders.
It's actually
Dana Brooke now, she was a
she's-
bodybuilder
yep.
before. There was ones before that. What's his name? Bruno. No, Bruno wasn't a. There were some other
Tito
ones.
Santana. Oh
Tito
wait, no, he was a
Santana was
football
player.
Damn.
There's some other ones.
Oh, wasn't that guy from Guardians of the Galaxy? Wasn't he a bodybuilder?
That's
Batista.
Batista.
Yeah.
Batista was that. I think
Yeah.
he's right on
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, good job. Though.
You see, Mr. Kenlight, he did do something for the show
He
today.
learned. He's learning.
All right, you got anything else there, little
I'm
Steven?
good.
Z Money, you got anything to add?
Samurai.
Horse dick. Ugh.
Hey, this is a PG show, sir.
Oh man, I am dirtying it up. My bad.
All right, anything else? We are going to end the break of this show.
What did it say? Top 5 what?
The guy that hardly talks.
Top 5 catchphrases.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right,
yes.
we'll take a break, come back. Everybody on Periscope, stick around. We got another show. Everybody else, we'll see you later. Next show, we're going to talk about review Raw. We got a wrestler that was injured, and we're going to talk about his injury and how long he'll be out. We're going to talk about NXT review from last night. Everybody, stick around. Be right back.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.